99% of rec point guards get these 5 things wrong. I'm going to be going in depth today, man, because a lot of these point guards in the solo rec, it's been a struggle. All right, it's been a struggle, man. So like this video, y'all. Comment down below, man, if this vid helps y'all. You guys can see I'm on my 6'10". I love this build, my favorite build for the solo rec, and I'm at my favorite position. But we're just going to be talking about how to play point guard, how to be better as a point guard, man, because a lot of people in the community need this. All right, but the verse of the video, 1 Kings chapter 11. And the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice, and had commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded, y'all. Solomon, for those of y'all that don't know, he was the son of David. Okay, so we know the story of David and Goliath. Solomon is the wisest man in the Bible to ever live, y'all. So this right here, y'all, is a warning. It doesn't matter how wise you are, how smart you are, how brave you are, you know, from David or whoever. We all are susceptible to sin, man. We all are sinners, and we all fall short of the glory of God, man. So we all need Jesus Christ, y'all. Be sure to follow Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling y'all, if you take anything from this video, forget about playing 2K, forget about running point guard, none of this, y'all. Forget about all of it. If you take anything from this video, man, follow Jesus Christ, y'all. Read the Bible, actually get into the word, man, because that is going to improve everything in your life, man. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all suck in the random rec, man. I promise you, if you read the Bible, I promise you'd actually become a better player. Okay, but look, we're going to get into it. 5 things that a lot of these rec random point guards don't understand. And the first 2 are the most important. All right, these first 2 are the most important. But the other 3, you know, they kind of tie into the first 2. All right, so number 1, the number 1 most important thing that I see these rec random point guards get wrong. They don't understand how to manage the game. All right, look at this. He's the point guard. He's scared to grab the inbound. For those of y'all that run center, man, you guys know how crazy fluky the inbounds are. Stuff like this, y'all, you have to understand how to manage the game as a point guard. And what does that mean? What do I mean by managing the game? Because a lot of point guards, they get, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but they misunderstand the actual role of a point guard, okay? As a point guard, it's not your job to sit there and pass first, pass only every single time. In the same way as a point guard, it's not your job to sit there and score, take every single shot, dribble, shoot every single shot. As a point guard, it's your job to manage the game. And that means understanding when you need to pass and when you need to score. That's the number 1 thing that these rec randoms get wrong. They don't understand when to pass and when to score. And there's a lot of things that go into this, y'all. The number 1 is you and your build and your play style. Okay, so if you know that you're not really that much of a scorer, it's fine to be more pass heavy, to be more of a passer. All right, there's nothing wrong with being more pass heavy or being more score heavy. But stuff like this, y'all, you have to see what the right play is, and you have to understand personnel as well. All right, so if you guys have been paying attention just to the first quarter, you know, my team has 15 points. I have 10. So right now, a lot of these randoms, they're selling, you know, and there's one guy on the court that he did average, you know, like a 40 ball on 70% efficiency. You guys saw. So as a point guard, you have to know your personnel in the random rec, man. You have to get your icons right. You have to actually look at the builds of your teammates and the opponents. You know, you have to know, all right, the guy on the other team, that's the lockdown, and he's on our shooting guard, and shooting guard has a 99-3. You know, you have to know all that. And stuff like this, y'all, this is a perfect example of like being sped up. We're going to talk about that later on in the video. But as a point guard, man, you want to manage the game. You want to play at your own pace. Some point guards prefer to play a faster pace. That's my preference. I'm definitely a fast player, run and gun, aggressive player. All right, but I know when to slow it down as well. And the same thing can be true the other way. You maybe prefer a slower, more methodical style of running point, but you have to know when to speed it up, all right, when to turn on the gas. All this, it comes down to really making reads. Point guards that can manage the game, you can only do that because you're making reads. All right, you're reading the floor, you're reading the teammates, you're reading the defense, you're seeing what everybody does, who's open, how's the defense reacting. You have to read the game. All right, that's the number one thing you randoms get wrong. You guys are just playing whatever. You guys just run around and you're not even paying attention to anything, just running around. You have to actually read the game, especially as a point guard, y'all. I already made a video, my last video, you know, the truth about small builds, because I'm seeing a lot of these small point guards come out here and y'all suck. All right, as a point guard, man, if you suck, don't even make a point guard, bro. Just make a different build. And I'm not like being mean or like funny, you know, but I'm just being honest with y'all, man, because a lot of y'all come out here and have like a 30 win percent. Y'all come out here and y'all lose. And for me, I hate losing. All right, I hate losing more than I love winning. If I'm being honest, man, I love to win, but I really hate losing, especially with these randoms, man. I'm saying they can't manage the game. They can't make a read, y'all. It's very important. All right. And the number two thing that ties into this, look at this as well, y'all. That's what, like the second or third inbound turnover. I mean, I got lucky right there, but this is bad, y'all. As a point guard, you do have to come get the ball, y'all. A lot of you point guards, why are you making a point guard if you're scared to come get the ball on the inbound, okay? You have to come get the ball. And for those y'all, you know, centers, power forwards, small forwards, if you're ever making an inbound pass, y'all, honestly, the best way is just to jump pass. All right, on PlayStation, you hit X and square at the same time. If you're Xbox, you'll hit A and X at the same time. It'll be a jump pass on the inbound, and it's the best way to not get turnovers, okay? So if you're the passer, jump pass literally every single time. Literally every single time, jump pass the inbound. And as a point guard, every single time, you got to come get the ball, bro. You have to come get the ball. I mean, especially off the inbound. That's bad. That's bad ball. All right, but the number two most important thing is managing your team. You have to manage the game. That's the number one most important thing. And you have to manage your team. That's the second most important thing, y'all. And they kind of tie in together because managing your team is a part of managing the game. All right. Being able to score and pass, knowing when to score, knowing when to pass, and knowing what reads to make and how to make them, y'all, when you're managing the game. All that will affect your team. All right, because especially I'm going to be doing a video soon about the toxicity in the 2K community. This 2K community is, in my opinion, the most toxic community in gaming by far. By far. All right, from the randoms. These randoms are really crazy, y'all. Comment down below, man, for those y'all that play solo rec. You guys know. Comment, y'all. Have you guys ran into these crazy rec randoms, these sellout crash outs, y'all? I know y'all have, bro, because it's really crazy. I'm gonna be doing a video soon about the toxicity in this game and how that ties into SBMM and just everything, y'all. But as a point guard, man, you have to manage egos on your team too. You have to manage egos on your team, y'all. That's a big part, especially in the solo rec, managing your team. Because you can manage the game perfectly. All right, look at this box score, by the way. You guys see. I have I'm 8 for 9. Well, we have 6 turnovers right before halftime, y'all. A lot of this stuff is bad, man, and it's preventable stuff. It's not like we're getting like fluke turnovers. It's dumb stuff like this, like back-to-back. We're getting bad inbounds. This is bad. This is bad, man. And point guards like this, man, is the reason that a lot of people lose. And it's the reason that a lot of people will crash out on the random rec. And that's a huge part of being a good point guard. You have to manage your teammates' egos, man. Because if your teammates are going to start crashing out, if they're going to start standing out of bounds and getting turnovers and all types of just crazy stuff, man, it's going to be very hard to compete. Look at this, too. He's just sleeping on defense. His man's lit up in takeover. He's just sleeping on defense. We give up a wide open 3 after like back-to-back turnovers off the inbound. You know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, all right? But I think he does end up hitting this shot to go into going to halftime. So great shot by him, man. We're going into halftime. What is the score right here? We're definitely down. Yeah, down 7. I'm scoring efficiently, man. As a point guard, you have to manage your team and you have to be a leader. So you have to look at who's taking the shots, who's hitting their shots, y'all. You have to look at, a lot of these randoms, they'll cry. They'll stop getting back on defense. They want to pout. They want to flop. All right. And if your teammates, if they really all start selling y'all, trust me, it's going to be very hard to win that game. All right. It's going to be very hard. But it also, as a point guard, man, you have to understand, even if your teammate wants the ball sometimes managing the game, you're still the right play as the point guard to take your own shot, even if your teammate's feeding for it. And sometimes you may be wide open, all right, but you got to hit your teammate, But look, this is just crazy, man. They're not playing defense either, y'all. This is the number 3 thing as well, man. As a point guard, especially in the solo rec, dog, you got to play defense, bro. You got to play defense. And I'm saying this, y'all, for those of y'all that know my build, man, I'm on a 6'10" with no defense, 25 defense. And I've posted multiple videos, multiple streams on this build. You guys see the gameplay. I'm playing solid defense, all right? I'm playing solid defense. I'm playing better defense than this point guard. And I'm on a build with literally no defense, and I can get stops, y'all. But you look at this point guard. He's just walking up the court, one dribble move, green. It's just crazy, man. As a point guard, you cannot be a liability in the random rec when it comes to defense, bro. Because if you're struggling to manage the game, if you're already missing some shots, missing some passes, man, and then on top of that, you got 30 on your head, I promise you, your teammates are going to start crashing out, man. Them egos are going to start coming out, man. And especially y'all in the random rec this year, man, it's some real internet thugs, y'all. I'm telling you, it's real internet gangsters, real internet killers, y'all, in the random rec, man. And so you gotta watch out, man. You gotta be careful, because a lot of these cats in the random rec, they got nothing to lose, man. They're 40-year-old grown men. You can hear the kids crying in the background. They're in the random rec cursing you out, bro. He got nothing to lose, bro. So especially, man, you know how people's pride can get off of 2K. It's just insane, man. It's not worth throwing your life away, okay? But all that stuff, it goes back to just managing the game and managing your team, man. If you can't play defense, you're, for one, going to be giving up a lot of points and losing the game. But then also, you're going to be losing a lot of your teammates as well. And then you're doing dumb stuff like this. This is like, what, the 5th or 6th turnover? Just trying to inbound the ball. Like, this is embarrassing, dog. This is bad in the random rec, bro. You have to be better than this, man. You have to understand your team's strengths and weaknesses, bro. If you see that the center is struggling to inbound, man, look, he finally hits me. I mean, this is just crazy, dog. Like, you have to understand who you're playing with, what builds they're on, what are their strengths and weaknesses, who's really a shooter, who's really a passer, bro. Because if you can't manage the game and manage your teammates, you are going to be in for a bad time in the random rec. I can promise you that, y'all. I can promise you that. But when it comes to playing defense, y'all, a lot of people get defense on 2K misconstrued, y'all. The best way to play defense on 2K especially, but even in real life, y'all, if you guys watch real life basketball and you watch the Oklahoma City Thunder, y'all, the reason their defense is so good, it's not about contesting shots. It's not about getting bumpy. All right, all that stuff matters. But really, defense is about creating turnovers. Defense is about creating turnovers, y'all. If you can get steals, if you can get blocks, all right, if you can get changes of possession, so if you can get a shot contest into a rebound, or if you can, force them out of bounds or something, just a charge or any type of way to give your team possession of the ball, that is really where elite defense comes into play. Look at this. This is great spacing by me, too. Look, a lot of y'all are so scared just to stand still in the corner, bro. It's so crazy to me. Like, I'm telling y'all, as somebody who averages 40, I promise y'all, if you would just stand still in the corner, y'all, I promise you could get 30 a game, y'all. But when it comes back to defense, y'all, you have to create turnovers, man. You have to get steals. You have to be able to get any type of turnover, anything that you can, man. Because especially if you have 5-6 turnovers yourself, doing dumb stuff like this, sped up, y'all, this is bad. We're getting turnovers not even like 2 or 3 seconds into the shot clock, y'all. This is bad ball. This is horrible game management. And I'm not trying to be mean to this point guard, if you are watching this T-Dubs or whatever. I'm not being mean to you. This was just, I thought, the perfect example of what a lot of rec randoms get wrong, because the number 4 most important thing is slowing down versus speeding up. That play right there was a perfect example of being sped up. That was crazy. You're the point guard. You got multiple people backcourt with you, and you're throwing a full court pass 2 seconds into the shot clock. And then you're letting your man run to the paint and get a standing dunk, man. As a point guard, bro, you have to know when to slow down, when to speed up, man. Because I'll say this. For those of y'all that watch LeBron and Steve Nash, their little podcast or whatever, Steve Nash said something that really stood out to me one time. He said that in his mind as a point guard and what he used to think when he was running the offense for them Suns back in the day, the Phoenix Suns, he said that he wants to play quick but not rushed. All right, he wants to play fast but not hurried. And real hoopers, y'all will understand exactly what he's trying to say, okay? But as a point guard, man, for me, I'm the same way. I like to play fast. I like to play aggressive. That's the only way that I know how to play basketball. That's the only way I know how to play 2K, is to be aggressive, to play fast. Now, I know when to slow it down. I can read the game and I can see, okay, we need these next couple possessions. Let me slow down and get us a great shot. But for the most part, my default, I'm always in kill mode, always on attack mode. I'm playing fast, but I'm not rushed. I'm not rushed, y'all. Something like that, you're throwing a full court turnover 2 seconds into the shot clock, that's bad. Something like this, man, you're just standing right there, letting 2 people get the lane, bro, that's bad. You have to come up to the ball, bro. There are times to slow down. In the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left and you're down, you have to slow down and get a good shot, bro. All right, it all comes down to reading the game, and that's sort of what I meant by like the first 2 tips, managing the game and managing your team. If the rest of it kind of ties into that, playing defense and knowing how to pace the game, that's really what it comes down to, is pace management. You're pacing the offense. If you guys want to have a faster offense or a slower offense, man, it's really still just reading the game. Understanding how much time you got left, understanding what's on the scoreboard, understanding your team and the personnel, who's scoring, who's not scoring, who has a good matchup, who doesn't, you have to know all that type of stuff, y'all. And it all comes down to reading the game too and just managing your teammates. But this number 5, I saved the best for last, y'all. This is bad too. We're giving up putbacks, bro. Like, this is bad ball. This is just bad, bro. But the number 5, the best for last. As a point guard, you cannot be scared, bro. If you're scared, just get off 2K. You shouldn't be scared playing the video game, period. You shouldn't ever be scared on 2K, bro. But the amount of point guards and really just the amount of players. Look at this. There's no screen. He's just getting cooked, man. The amount of players that I see on this game that are playing scared, that they get rattled, all right, it's embarrassing. It's honestly sad. And especially if you want to be the point guard, bro. You're the leader of the team. Bro. So if you're rattled, I'm not even going to say nothing about this shot he just hit or the almost turnover. I'm not even going to say nothing. We got the lead, so he hit it, whatever. But as a point guard, bro, if you're playing scared, if you get rattled easily and you get your confidence shaken and all that type of BS, bro, you cannot be running point guard, all right? Because as the leader of the team, all that type of stuff affects your team. Now, pay attention right here too, you guys. We have 13 turnovers. We're up 1 right now. We're up 1 in the 4th. I'm 15 for 16. Everybody on our team has a decent amount of turnovers, but with a minute left, and the lead, we should be sitting pretty. You would think so at least, but we're going to see how this game ends up working out, man. Right now, I'm in heat check, and you guys see these randoms. They're setting screens for each other in the post, bro. This is bad, bro. And this is what I mean as a point guard. You got to understand to hit your best player. If you're the best scorer, go get a bucket. If you're not the best scorer, you need to hit the best scorer. But you can't just be hitting these randoms, bro. And when they're going to chuck and sell the game, and they are, You can't be hitting the wrong people game on the line. You can't get rattled. You can't get scared as a point guard. You have to have a relentless mentality, bro. Even if you make a mistake, even if you make the wrong play, bro, you have to get back on defense. You have to just next play mentality. If you miss a shot, you're going to hit the next one. You miss a read, you got to have that mentality. You're going to make the next one, bro. Because if you're scared and you're getting rattled, that rubs off on your whole team. The rest of your team, when they hear the point guard crying and whining and sounding like a little girl because you're missing shots and just saying all this toxic stuff, bro, that rubs off on the whole team. And not everybody can be a leader, okay? So if that's not your personality, if you can't just stay calm and stay composed, even when you're getting sold, even when all this type of stuff's going on, if you can't stay composed, then you don't need to run point guard, all right? You probably need to play shooting guard or some other position, man. But if they finally hit me down 2, man, I got heat check, you know what I'm saying? You know I'm going to cook up, crab them, hit them with the green bean, you know, up 1. As a point guard, you can't be scared to make mistakes, and you can't get rattled because that'll rattle your whole team. And if your whole team is rattled, bro, it's just going to be bad. Now, this right here was bad defense on me. Look, I pull up my thing to see we had a foul to give, so I want a foul. Right here I'm seeing, you know, we got 1 foul to give, up 1. So I'm definitely trying to foul. I don't want to let them do nothing crazy, get a chance for a shot. But right as I pull up the scoreboard, that's right as my man gets the ball. And then the point guard fouls him. Then the point guard fouls him for a and 1. That's just bad, bro. That's bad game management. All right, good idea to foul, but he was too slow. You have to know when to slow down, when to speed up. When you have to get a foul like that, you got to speed up. That was just too slow. And that was kind of on me as well. You know, I should have been fouled. I did pull up my scoreboard at just the wrong time, man. And then, of course, the one shot that I missed all game, the game winner, man. I definitely wish I had this shot back. I will admit, you know, in me and my personal opinion, the way that I play 2K, if you missed the last shot, you're the one who sold. So I will admit I sold that game. But for those of y'all that really play basketball, you know, yes, the final play is the most important, man, but there's so much stuff throughout the game that led up to that final play. All right, so much careless turnovers, so much bad reads, missed shots, all types of bad stuff. And then here at the end, you know, that they were crashing out at each other, saying all types of, you know, slurs and insults and just crazy stuff. You know, they were crashing out. But like this video, y'all, subscribe, comment, man, if this video helps y'all. I've done a couple other videos on how to run point guard, the best point guard builds, the best point guard animations, man. So if you're a struggling point guard, you want to be better, be sure to check out those videos, man. Comment down below, y'all. Like these videos, man. Subscribe. Be sure to follow Jesus Christ, y'all. If it can happen to Solomon, if it can happen to David, if it can happen to all these people, y'all, it can happen to you. It can happen to me, okay? So be sure to keep your eyes focused on God. Keep your eyes focused on Jesus Christ and his narrow way, his path, y'all. He's the only way. If you take your eyes off Jesus Christ and you try to live your own way, y'all, I'm telling you, it only ends in destruction. There's only one way, and it's him. It's Jesus Christ, y'all. So have a blessed rest of your day, and peace.